We spent the weekend putting together an application that solves more needs than we realize. This will allow you to track your activity. This will allow you to track the things you nourish yourself with, and help you create associations between those things. If you have trouble walking and you need to get out a little more often, this is going to help you. If you have trouble maybe eating too many Snickers and not enough bananas, this is going to help you. And we have a lot of potential features, or we have a lot of future features, I always have trouble saying that we plan to integrate into this application, but for this weekend we focused on making associations with your existing choices. So what we have right now is essentially an application that helps you to track what you're doing. Goal setting will come, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. So right now, we know who this is for. This is for you. This is for everybody, really. It's a general app. It's going to help bring more fulfillment, more insight, more wisdom to your life, and we basically want to help you feel awesome.
These guys.
Like these guys.
Yes.
Exactly. And, you know, more accordion in your life can always be a good thing. If they had cowbell now, they would truly feel awesome. So we have a lot of ways that we can make people feel happy. First of all, there's an app for that. We're starting with iPhone because we have iPhone developers, we have an Android developer, and both of those should be released for use. Well, Apple, you know how the approval process goes, but we should have these two apps available to release to the app stores within a couple of weeks or two. We already have working demos on both. I can't show one to you today because it would have taken longer to put together. I was going to shoot a video, but I made a presentation instead. So this is a concept that's manifested through multiple applications. Like I said, Android and iPhone, we are using Twilio. We've got a number set up that you can text in. We don't have an interface where you can read your texts after you submit them. But the feed is already happening. The data is being stored. And as soon as we get the website set up, we'll be able to pull that into our own database and get accounts set up for all of y'all.
And that's to incorporate all the people who don't have smartphones who still want to use our service. That's going to be connected to a website where they can get access to the same functionality as the iPhone and Android apps.
Exactly. This is such a general concept, in fact, that you can even use a paper app for it. Looking at our process, you can create for yourself something as simple as a series of note cards. So we're not even forcing you to use us. We're just creating an idea that's so universal, so easy, that pretty much anybody can do it, even a caveman. Yep. Now, we do have a problem going into the App Store initially. This is, what's this wall called?
This is the app wall. I think it was from WWDC last year. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. And these are all of the apps in the iTunes Store. There's about 186,000 the last time we checked. We need to stand out from these guys, and we can do that. There are fitness apps, there are diet apps. We don't like those words because they can have such a dogmatic sort of sound for people. We want to talk not about your exercise, we want to talk about your activities. So it's not making sure that you work out for 50 minutes a day or 25 minutes a day. It's just being active. We don't want to talk to you about a diet, we just are concerned with what you're eating. And really, the choices with what you eat are all yours. So if you like your morning donut, have your morning donut. But if you're concerned about how many beers you have in the evening, you can track that. If you like the beers and don't want the donuts, you can track that. So we're not specialized. That helps us to stand out. We have visualization built into the application that's going to help you discover these trends, help you understand how you feel based on what you're doing, what you're eating, what you're drinking. And we have basically a format that will conform to your needs. In the future, we're going to add encouragement with goals. We're going to add rewards, both virtual and actual, like badges in the Foursquare style, that sort of thing. And now we want to talk about feeling, because that's what this is all about. Tracking your activities and habits. Let me tell you just a quick story. I have eczema, and it's been getting worse over the last few years. I don't know what causes it. I don't know what exacerbates it. I just know that sometimes it's worse and sometimes it's better. And without this app, it took me several months to figure it out. Once I really made an effort to do so, but I wasn't really that motivated to begin with. So I started tracking my eating. I eliminated things from my diet. I eventually deduced that it was eggs. And now I've tried these eggs, not those eggs. Cure, for example, has chickens that aren't grown up on antibiotics, that sort of thing. So these are things that would be beneficial for me in this application, which is where the idea came from. For anybody else, we had through our process through left site, the user market, we actually had a gentleman who wants to track his golf scores in the app. You can do that.
And how good that golf score makes you feel.
Exactly. A good golf score, feel awesome. Not so good of a golf score, well, you got something to work on, but it's okay.
Beat Tiger Woods, you might feel good.
Exactly. And he can track his practices to help improve his golf score, and he can track how the media makes him feel. He can track how many beers he drinks on the course, and how that affects his golf score. You know, it's so flexible. He can do anything he wants with it. These associations are what's going to bring value for the user. We want to help you scale the mountain. We want to help you reach the top. It's the small victories that are going to get you there. The time is right now. The market is rich, and new research shows that people are increasingly concerned with how they feel. This is important. It's relevant to health. It's relevant to fulfillment. It's relevant to the quality of life. It's not just about money. It's not just about having things.
Happy people live longer.
Absolutely.
So,
Go for it.
okay, so there's, this is a little continuation. So right now there's so many apps that Foursquare lets you track where you are and where your friends are. You know, Daily Burn does your fitness goals. So people feel a connection to these apps, and people feel that there's an association with their lives and inputting the data from their lives into these apps. So what we want to do is we want to create, you know, Foursquare is just an example, we want to create a platform that you can make your own. So, you know, if you're a marathoner, you can monitor your running and your diet. If you're, you know, a golfer, you can do your score. If you're a healthy eater, you can manage that. And then through that little bubble that you create for yourself, you also get connected to a community that has the same goals in mind.
Absolutely. And this is all about, again, personal fulfillment. Another thing that the technology facilitates is people are accustomed to hashtags. So they understand how a flexible interface can be modified to suit their needs. They understand how the tags that they use and any individual characters that they put in there are going to make tracking easier for them. So the user base is more savvy, in other words, and they're ready for something like this. It doesn't have to tell them how to do every single thing. Demo. We actually want to show you some screenshots of the iPhone app as it's done. Let's begin.